Hello, 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 and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Now, with the first part, I said that I recorded a lot longer than I uploaded, so I went back after the fact and inserted a stopping point. So now I'm inserting a starting point where I stopped so that we can pick up right where I actually left off, if that makes sense. And just to recap, for anybody who doesn't remember the first episode, or, you could go back and watch it again, our little Princess Lucette, the little jerk of Angielle, found out that her doll Delora was actually a witch in hiding. And the very last thing we saw was Delora placing a curse on Princess Lucette, otherwise known as Lady, because that's what I named her. So now we're going to jump in and see what that's all about. Hey! Wake up, girl! Huh? Oh, where am... Ow! My head! You have some nerve sleeping in front of my shop. Leave before a customer sees you. I was in my room. How am I here? Did you not hear what I said, you filthy child? Filthy? You would speak to your crown princess in such a manner? If you're the crown princess, then I'm a bagel and cream cheese. Or the queen, I don't know, I'm hungry. You must have been knocked on the head quite hard to have such grand delusions. I'm not delusional. I am Lady Raiola Brighton, blood daughter of King Gennaro Brighton III and the crown princess of Angielle. Right, the king never had a daughter with that witch. Is she referring to Mother? Witch? Don't pretend to be stupid, girl. I can only stare at her puzzled. Wait, does she not know that her mother was a witch? Because I put two and two together while she was talking about her that her mother was a witch. Because I thought it was just kind of common knowledge that her mom was a witch, but I guess not. Our good king only has stepchildren, Princess Emmeline and Prince Rod. And you are most definitely neither of them. You ain't got their swag. What? Now get gone before you go spouting your crazy gibberish at my customers and scare them away. All right, whatever. With a huff, she leaves me to my own rapidly turning thoughts. I quickly realize that I'm wearing tattered clothes and that I do not even have shoes on. No. No, no. This cannot be happening. Something shines against my chest and I reach up to grab it. It all floods back. Delora being a witch? Cinderella's glass slipper? This is not a dream. Delora gave me the Fairytale Curse! Dum dum dum! My hands begin to tremble. I must return to the palace to speak with the king. Run, 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 run! Let me in! Sorry, girl, but this place is off limits to uninvited guests. You do not understand. I am Crown Princess Lady Raiola Brighton. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I'm addressing him by title. You best leave now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you. If you would only... Make way for the king! The gates swing open and 3 horses trot out. Soldiers ride 2 of the horses, while the last horse has a different familiar rider. Is it a horse of a different color? Father! I immediately move to block the path of this horse. Wow. I put L's in all the words there. I don't know if you could hear that, but I put L's in all the words. I immediately move to block the path of his horse. The soldiers move to hold me back. Your Majesty, what is this? Your Majesty, this girl is claiming to be your daughter. Daughter? Both of my stepchildren are in the palace right now. What? Even father is a part of this? What do you mean a part of this? It's a fucking curse. Clearly, you know what? Fine. I will let you allow this to unravel in your mind on your own time, lady, okay? Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once, help me. You must believe me. Tell me, where is your family, child? Why are you all alone? He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He is looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was the crown princess and his daughter. I recoil. You must be hungry. Take this. Take this sack. There's no food in it. It's just a sack. Eat that. This should feed you and your family for a day or two. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know. Damn, he's a good king. He's coming out here all like, hey, you having trouble supporting yourself? Is your family having issues? Come hither too for work. I like that. I like you, king. You're all right in my storybook. I do not want your pity. Father, please, escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely. At once, your majesty. Aye, aye, captain. I watched as my father and his 2 guards ride away on their horses, leaving me to stand in their dust. He left me alone. Again. Where is your home, girl? There's nowhere left for me to go. Father has forgotten me. Leave me. Now look here, our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself. Can't say we didn't try. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl, or we'll be back. We'll be back to slap your face. I watch with bleary eyes as the soldiers return to the palace. How can this be happening? I stare at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more. The fact that I have just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home like I'm nothing more than a piece of garbage? Or the fact that my own father does not recognize me? I wouldn't say they paraded you away like you were nothing more than a piece of garbage. For one thing, they wouldn't have given a satchel of money to a piece of garbage and offered it work. Just saying. Oh, look at that girl's hideous dress. How difficult it is to be poor. I clutch the pouch closer to my chest as I run to an empty alley. I huddle in a corner, trying to become as small as possible. I squeeze my eyes shut, hoping that when I next open them, everything will be back to normal. A dream? No matter what happens, you must not leave the palace. Why? The world is cruel. People will only ever hurt you. But they're always so nice to me. That is only because you are the crown princess. They will only ever think of what they can take from you. I am trying to protect you, my love. That is why you must never leave the palace. Never leave Mother. I am the only one who will ever love you so much. Do you understand? I understand. Chapter 1: The Marchen. When I open my eyes, I'm still on the streets. I must have fallen asleep. But the nightmare continues. I'm cold in my rags. I hold myself for warmth, willing some of the cold away, but fail. My feet are numb and in pain, caked in the dirt that have gathered from walking barefoot around town. Well, there's a frightful sight. Becca probably thought she could try her luck with the nobility that live around here. Oh, snap, I think they just called you a prostitute, hooker, whore. Ah, just look at how ragged she looks. What are you looking at? at two women that lack the basic manners of a noble upbringing. Silence, girl. Do you know who you're talking to? No, and I don't care. Smack. Fuck you in your face, bitch. Fuck you with your short hair, bitch. Where's your hair, bitch? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. What nerve? Let's just go. There's no reason to stoop to a commoner's level. I will remember you. Then once I break this curse, I will make you regret your words. I become acutely aware of the fact that I have not eaten anything for almost a day. You have money. Go. Stop being prideful and eat. Stomachs don't care not about no none nobility. Is English. I have been sitting here thinking on the new mess that is my life. But moping around will not break my curse. Crying will not help either. I should find that witch first, but how? I have no idea where she is. Delora. I swear I'll make you regret doing this to me. When I find you, I'll find food first. Is this all the king thinks I'm worth? Leave, girl. A dirty peasant like you has no place in this restaurant. But why? I can pay. Find another place. You're scaring away my customers. Am I not a customer? Shoo, there's nothing for you here. Get it? He just swatted me away like a fly. The nerve! Sensing that this will get me nowhere, I ball my hands into fists and I skip that. I totally skipped that, but whatever, let's keep going. I get the same treatment at the next 3 restaurants I try. I'm treated as something less than dirt, like my money has no real value. I'm the crown princess. They have no right to turn me away like this. I've been eating stale bread, anything to keep the hunger at bay. The bread barely helps. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice a small bakery. There are croissants on display that make my mouth water. Slowly, I begin to make my way over there. Oh, wait a minute. Is she... Okay. Ow! My feet ache with every step. They look and feel even worse than before. If only I had enough coins for a pair of shoes. But food is more important. If the rags that I'm wearing and the pouch of money are all that I have, then I need to prioritize. And I will die before I beg. Well, you probably will die before you beg, if that's the way you go at it. 2 croissants. You'll need to pay, girl. There are no free handouts here. I take a coin from my pouch and hand it to her. This should be more than enough. The shop owner stares at the coin before reluctantly taking it. She hands me 2 croissants in a paper bag. I will not ask where you got those coins. Are you implying that I stole them? How else would a beggar like you get that amount of coin? Now be off with you, child. I won't have you scaring away any other customers. Dude, are all the customers in this place terrified of everything? Because, like, if a peasant coming in is enough for you to be scared off, you've got problems. And I've been in many a place where a homeless person just strolled in looking all raggedy, and I wasn't like, oh my god, gather your things, here we're going. No, I was just like, oh, homeless guy. I don't get that. But anyway, without another word, I turn and start to walk away from the woman. So this is the goodness of the people of Angielle. I take a bite out of one of the croissants, cringing a little at the dryness. Hey girl, it's like, oh my god, oh, what the fuck do you want? We saw you at the shop. Want to share how you got your coins there? Because if you got it by soliciting with sexuals, we'll take your body. Excuse me. Look at her, brushing us off like she's royalty or something. Let me go. You ain't no better than us. Now be a good girl and hand over that pouch. The man on my left grabs at my pouch and attempts to yank it away from me. I will not let these brutes take anything from me. I elbow the man in the stomach, then aim a kick at the other man's shin. I have an opening and I take it. What? I pull myself free and begin to run as fast as I can. Hey! Where do I go? I'm not familiar with the streets at all. Well, maybe you should have gone walking around with Emmeline and gotten used to looking at all the roads, but no, you were all like, I want to go home. Always learn. Always learn the most that you can. Life lessons. Where do I go? I'm not familiar with the streets at all. It's highly likely I'm just going to hit a dead end. Where should I go? Oh, God, finally. I had actually forgotten that this is not a kinetic novel, which a kinetic novel is like a visual novel where you don't actually make any choices. It's just kind of like a book because you're just reading. And I basically forgot that this was not a kinetic novel, which is either a good thing or a bad thing. Like, it's good in the sense that I got into the story and the character development enough that I sort of forgot that I was sitting here playing an interactive game. But on the other hand, the fact that I forgot that it was interactive when it's supposed to be means that there may be some issues here with the pacing, and there may not be enough interactivity, like kind of peppered throughout, especially for this to be going on as long as it's going on right now. I don't know how long I've been doing this. I feel like it's been an hour. And this is the first choice I'm making. So that seems like a bit much. I think that there should maybe be some choices, even if they're not pivotal, just to, keep things engaging. But that said, again, going to the other half of that, the fact that the story itself is engaging enough for me to kind of forget about the interactivity means that it's not so bad. So anyway, let's get back into this. Left is rest. Right is right. Left is best. Boop. Okay. I cannot let the pain in my feet or my exhaustion stop me. If I stop now, they'll definitely catch me. And taking my coins might not be the worst thing they do. You got that right. People like poking them things in them holes is when people don't want them to. Hate to go that route. But I'm just saying, that's something that's very real that can happen to you out there. A dead end. Nowhere left to run now, girl. What do I do? Oh, who are you gentlemen? This is definitely not how you treat a lady. Huh? Who's there? A shadow looms above us. Before I can blink, a person has jumped down in front of me. Jump down? His body acts as a barrier between the two men and me. Ha ha! Who are you? Oh, me? Just a passing gentleman concerned about a damsel in distress. He turns to the men, his expression calm, his eyes flashing dangerously. Now, shall I teach you gentlemen a lesson? Manners maketh man. He's got a sword! What? Come back here, you coward! The two of us can take him! I think your friend has the right idea. I'm not the type to show mercy. This is way too much trouble for a little gold. Are you all right, milady? You found her! The boy from yesterday? A little slow, aren't you, kid? Don't call me that. These two know each other? I don't even know what's going on anymore. I feel ill. My head is pounding and my feet feel simultaneously like they're frozen and on fire. My stomach rumbles, the hunger coming back with vengeance. My body feels light. Princess! Princess! Oh, shit! That's what I thought. I thought that they knew. Because they're probably witches, and they can sense when somebody's been cursed. Oh, snizzle snaps! Lady Parfait will be able to help her. What? Is she made of whipped cream and delicious sugary confections? All right. You're right. We need to move now before anyone sees us. I don't know. I don't know what language that was I just spoke. Yeah. You have made the right choice. The crystal on the upper right corner indicates that you have made the right choice for a particular love interest. Each color corresponds to a certain love interest. They also appear belatedly after you make a choice, so keep your eyes and ears open. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hang in there, princess. All right. Everything is fading. A dream? What is that in your hands, lady? It was hurt. I just wanted to help it, but it died. It's all my fault. It is not your fault, my love. It died because it was weak. Your mother's a fucking conservative. But this is the world, lady. Only the strong survive. The weak get cast aside to die. You are not weak. You are strong, my crown princess, and you do not cry. Now wipe your tears. I don't want to see you cry again. Do you understand? Yes. Now get rid of that thing and wash your hands. Did you not hear me, child? Yes, Mother. I gave her a different voice, but whatever. Whatever. Don't really care about the voices I'm doing, as long as I'm talking. Oh, you're awake. Where am I? This isn't my room. My hand flies to my chest where the little glass slipper hangs from my neck. Still here. Are you okay, miss? This girl is the maid that tore Dolores' dress. The one I fired for her clumsiness. Miss? To think that I would meet her again here, like this. Well, you know, it's like the saying goes. All the people that you step on when you climb up are the people you have to pass on your way back down. That's not the elegant way of saying it, but but it's still, you know, the meaning is still there. Leave me alone. Right, of course. Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Dick. Now what? Haven't thought at all, have you, Ice Princess? You! Suddenly there she is. Dolores stands before me with a snide smile, looking happy with herself. She's the cause of everything I've been through. All the pain, heartache, and hunger. It's her fault. I try to stand, thinking to give the witch a piece of my mind, but as soon as my feet touch the floor, pain shoots up my legs. I end up falling back to the bed. Ow! You should be more grateful to the girl you just scared away. She's been taking care of you for the past 2 days. 2 days? I've been passed out for 2 days? I'm suddenly vibrating with anger. Remove the curse. Now. Ha! You think you can just command me to remove the curse in your best princess voice? That was actually not my best princess voice, Delora. That was probably the shittiest princess voice I have ever done, just establishing that baseline. What do you want, gold? What I want is worth more than all the gold you could summon in Angielle, princess. Besides, haven't you read your fairy tales? The caster cannot take a curse back. You need to focus on breaking the curse yourself if you want your life back. Mother burned the books before I could read more than 1 or 2 of them. I do not think either involve curses, just genies and trading away your voice for legs. Ah, it's good that you're awake, princess. Parfait, should you really be up and about? Don't fuss, I'm feeling much better. Are you a witch as well? Oh no, my name is Parfait and I'm a fairy. A witch and a fairy in one room? Being friendly with one another? Impossible. Oh, look at her face. You weren't expecting that at all, were you, princess? What the really fuck is going on?
I'm sure you have many questions, Princess.
How do you know I'm the princess?
Don't be silly. She's a fairy. Of course she knows.
I promise we'll do our best to answer your questions.
I don't even know where to start.
What would you like to know?
I think I already know why I was cursed, so let's start with your relationship. Why? Why do?
To answer that, we'll have to give you a bit of a history lesson.
Oh, I've got this. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals.
Dramatics aside, there's one crystal in the kingdom called the Crystallum Lucis.
Okay, skip. All right.
It is powered by happiness and love. The other is the Crystallum Tenebrarum, powered by fear and anger. The strongest of the witches is the Tenebrarum bearer. The strongest of the fairies is the Lucis bearer.
Parfait is the Lucis bearer.
I take in Parfait's frail and sickly appearance. She's the strongest fairy?
The Great War greatly damaged me. My powers are a fraction of what they used to be. And with no child, I have no successor to my burden.
What does a bearer do?
The bearers regulate the energy of the crystals and keep the balance between darkness and light.
For centuries, the fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom.
Until a certain human decided to be a pest.
Who was he? I knew him as Hans Gabriel Grimm. He wrote the fairy tales.
Oh, so this is big. Okay, I get it. But weren't the brothers Grimm's names Jacob and, Willem?
Then he started the feud between the witches and the fairies in the process.
How could a single person have so much power? It was the power of his words. In Grimm's stories, the witches were always evil.
They always had dark hair, too. Asterix.
The humans naturally grew to fear and hate them. They began to hunt them.
Didn't the witches fight back?
We aren't allowed to use our powers to cause harm. But that all changed when the Tenebrarum bearer decided revenge was more important than our promise.
The witches took over the kingdom. They created the Fairytale Curse to spread even more sadness and anger, to fill the human heart with negative emotions. All to fuel the power of the Tenebrarum. The delicate balance of harmony between the crystals was broken. The witches and the Tenebrarum grew far stronger than they were ever meant to be. We had no choice but to fight. And then the Great War happened. The Tenebrarum bearer was eventually defeated. The Great War was ended with the help of an unexpected ally, but
many lives were lost. The good witches suffered horribly. We still have to stay hidden in hopes of having any kind of peace.
Are you trying to make me believe that there are good witches? The Tenebrarum can poison a heart and mind into darkness and cruelty. The witches put themselves at risk in working with the Tenebrarum, in maintaining harmony. Some, inevitably, are corrupted.
Many good witches were corrupted during the war. Most remain that way.
Many do not believe it, but witches can be just as kind as fairies.
And yet it wasn't a fairy that cursed me.
I've done good by cursing you, Princess. You'll thank me when you've broken it.
Delora was not corrupted by the Tenebrarum. She is as good as they come. Hopefully you'll come to see that for yourself. I doubt it.
Apart from my own inherent goodness, Parfait and I are working together because we have a common goal.
Which is?
To restore the balance between darkness and light.
What else would you like to know? What happens if I don't break the curse?
I think you know the answer to that one already, Princess.
What else would you like to know?
Oh, I like that they didn't go into too much with that. Let's go to why, even though pretty sure I know that too.
Seriously? You're really going to ask that?
I wouldn't have asked if I knew the answer. The fact that you have to ask means that the answer is the answer. Or something.
You have such a temper on you. Very well, this one's got a simple answer. It's because you're a cold-hearted, cruel, wicked princess who deserves to be punished.
Delora.
A curse is the only way to force you to change your horrid ways.
Delora, you could have put that more nicely.
I'm pretty sure I was already being nice.
Change? Why do I need to change?
Are you completely unaware of how heartless you are to other people? The coldness you show to your stepfamily and your father?
The way you treat Princess Emmeline.
Why would they need to be treated any differently? Oh, you need to prove that you have some goodness in you, Princess, some smidge of kindness.
Why? People only show you kindness when they want something from you.
The instant they get what they want, they'll just throw you away. You are a damaged thing.
How do I break the curse?
The necklace you've got is one of Cinderella's glass slippers.
Really? Cinderella was a 2D miniature? Because it can't actually be one of her slippers. Oh, maybe it can be. Maybe they just turned it into a... Never mind.
To break the curse, you must get the second slipper. Complete the pair.
And how do I do that?
By doing 3 good deeds.
What? Unheard of. Doing 3 things that are good? Why don't you ask me to blow up the moon while you're at it?
It's a very easy thing to do. At least, for someone who knows how to be good.
3 good deeds? What does that even mean? Oh my god, you're such a shitty person you don't even know what a good deed is. Oh dear. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Take heart, Princess. Goodness is innate in everyone.
Are you sure that's the case with this one? 'Cause I don't know about her. I wonder sometimes.
Delora, you are not helping.
I'm a witch, and I think I have more goodness in my big toe than she has in her entire body.
Now you're just being mean. For every good deed you accomplish, you will get a piece of the glass slipper. When you've gotten all 3, you'll complete the pair and the curse will break. Simple.
I suggest you start by polishing that attitude of yours.
3 good deeds and I get my life back.
Easier said than done.
No, actually, it's easier done.
You said Cinderella, didn't you? Didn't she just go to a ball and find a prince? What does doing good have to do with that? Going to a ball, finding a prince. It's all so old-fashioned. No fun in that.
Cinderella is a girl with a pure heart. She's always willing to help others, even when they're cruel to her. Anyway, I brought some clothes for you. I'll leave them on the table. We'll be waiting outside. There are some people I'd like you to meet. Goodbye.
Okay. Later, McDonald's parfait.
I cannot believe this. I look down at my neatly bandaged feet. I have to admit that while sore, they're nowhere near as painful as they had been 2 days before.
That's how healing works.
Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Pain, 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 pain.
Why would she even care? That was the reason she lost her job at the palace. Oh, she probably doesn't remember me as the princess. But still, she has no reason to do such things for me. I realize that I just stopped doing voices for the most part. It's because I'm speeding through now. I ignore the salve for the time being and gingerly stand up, testing my feet for pain. The injury is definitely healing. I slowly walk over to the table and change into the clothes that have been left there. The dress is nowhere near as luxurious as the ones that I wear in the palace, but still it is far improved from my rags. All my life I've never had to lift a finger, and now I will not let them see how much they've rattled me. I refuse to break. Just watch me. I'll free myself from this curse. Watch me work. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. What is this place? There are several people in the room chatting amiably with each other. I noticed the girl that left me the salve by the counter serving drinks. But as soon as the people in the room notice me, the room falls into immediate silence. Well, look at what we have here. The Ice Princess herself. Huh? They know who I am? I didn't think it was true. Curse for her cold-heartedness, as to be expected. You remember who I am, and yet you still treat me like this? Well, you aren't really a princess anymore, are you? You're one of us now, girl. One of us. One of us.
Everyone, please, you shouldn't be treating a newcomer like this. Princess, let me apologize. They mean no offense.
Yeah, they did. They totally did mean it. I cannot believe that. Not when the people Parfait is referring to simply smirk and shrug as I meet their gazes. What is this place?
Welcome to the Marchen Tavern, a home for those with a fairytale curse.
You make it sound like some kind of holiday house.
Don't ruin my moment, Delora.
Marchen. Tavern? 2 words together?
The Marchen was built 3 years ago when the number of cursed in Angielle continued to rise. The goal is to gather those affected so they might help each other break their curse. Of course, I'm also here to provide help as necessary. Only the cursed and those allied with our cause can stay here. The evil and the wicked can never find this place.
Most of the people here are cursed? How come these people remember who I am?
The cursed are not affected by the conditions of someone else's curse. Your condition is simple. Everyone has forgotten you are the crowned princess. But because these people here are cursed, they still remember your title.
It goes without saying that fairies and witches are also not affected.
Come, princess, let me introduce you to the few boarders we have at the Marchen.
Parfait beckons a serving girl over.
This is Anise. She helps out in the Marchen and does most of the cooking.
I'm sure you understand why she's working here now. I believe she deserves an apology.
Miss Delora, what are you talking about?
Don't you worry your sweet little head over it. You don't remember what this ice princess did to you.
Huh? I have nothing to apologize for. Clumsiness does not befit a palace maid. I only did what was necessary. Well, it's nice to meet you, Princess. I'm Anise Willow. I hope we get along.
Really? This is how you're going to start doing good?
I don't believe I asked for your opinion. Please, you two, no fighting.
I hold my tongue as chocolate parfait leads me to 2 people whose faces are incredibly familiar. They are faces I've seen in the palace before.
This is
Chorian Valiant and Garland Belrot. How did you know? Both of you were in the Order of Caldera. That's right. They were 2 of Sir Alcaster's best knights. It was a big surprise when they both left a year ago.
I only found out recently that it was because they acted against Sir Alcaster's orders. They were stripped of their titles and dishonorably discharged from service. What are you two doing here?
We help the fairies.
They and a niece are exceptions, and are allowed in this tavern without the curse. Jurian and Garland lend us their strength to help protect the March End.
Protect? From the witches. They do anything to make sure their curses remain unbroken.
And what about you?
I'm an exception. Also, I'm good. You keep forgetting the good part.
Remember, not all witches are evil.
Your curse is a test.
A test?
Originally, the wicked were cursed so that they could learn to change. Their curses were meant to teach them a lesson. I'm hoping your curse will teach you a lesson too, Ice Princess. I really am only trying to help you.
I don't need you to show me how to change. I just want my life back.
Well, to do that, you'll have to break your curse.
Try and make some friends, Princess. They might be able to help you break your curse.
Oh, and I'd love to hang around and watch the princess try to be friendly.
We have work to do, Delora.
Fine. Try not to make any more enemies, Princess.
Goodbye! The instant Parfait and Delora leave the room, the temperature drops several degrees. Now that I'm alone, I feel the cold stares return. Disgust, contempt. As if I'm the reason they're cursed and have to take refuge in the Marchen in the first place. Make friends? All I've ever had are my dolls. I've never needed friends. I'll break this curse on my own. I was told it was rude to stare. One man suddenly stands up, the anger apparent on his face. His hands clench and unclench in a fist as he glares at me pointedly. Jurian and Garland place themselves in front of me, shielding me from the man. You know the rules. What happened in the past stays in the past, and no one is allowed to harm anyone else in the Marchen. If you cannot comply, you are no longer welcome here. No matter. The Ice Princess will get what's coming to her. He throws one last glare my way before sitting down again. Break the rules and you'll get what's coming to you. That goes for everyone here. Jurian's tone is cold and firm. There's no doubt that she means what she says. I did not even realize that was a girl. So these are the great knights of the Order of Caldera. The Marchen begins to settle down, and everyone eventually goes back to their conversations and meals. I walk toward an empty table, realizing that I'm being deliberately ignored. I become immersed in my thoughts as I sit down. One thought, however, comes to me immediately. They hate me. They hate me somehow, when I've only ever left the palace twice in my life. How did this happen? The only people who treated me with any respect were Anise, Jurian, and Garland. Is it because they cannot remember who I am? Maybe being in the Marchen is not such a good idea. I doubt anyone here wants to help me break my curse. They'd probably rather see me suffer under its weight. 3 good deeds. How am I supposed to accomplish 3 when I do not know if I can even accomplish 1? May I join you? I look up and stare in shock at the beautiful lady from the toy shop. Her beauty still manages to take my breath away. What is she doing here? You were in the toy shop. Ah, yes, I was there picking up some items for a friend. I'm humbled you still remember me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Karma. Your name is Karma? A suitable name for someone as beautiful as me, no? All right. Karma, your narcissism is going to scare the princess away. God, come on, jeez. Oh, you are that magician boy. Boy. Oh, how appropriate. Boy, I love it. I'm going to use that.
Call me that one more time and I'll ruin that pretty face of yours.
You would hit a lady? How savage!
Anyway, I'm Walt Cresswell. I have the Neverland Curse. Oh, cool! So it's like you don't age. What about you, Princess? What's your fairy tale curse? I love this idea, though. I love this idea of taking people and, like, forcing them into fairy tales as a curse. Does everyone share what their curse is? We talk about it freely in the March End. The whole point is helping each other break our curses, after all. Hard to do that if we keep our fairy tales quiet. He pauses, then narrows his eyes slightly. Well, some people keep their fairy tales a secret. He eyes Karma briefly, cocking an eyebrow. The smile never leaves Karma's face. Oh, I see. So Karma is also under Fairytale Curse. But she's incredibly beautiful. We know that, like, Snow White, was incredibly beautiful. But Sleeping Beauty. But Sleeping Beauty wouldn't make any sense because she's not asleep. Has anyone managed to break their curse? I've been told that a few have. A few? That's not very reassuring. Well, at least the curse can be broken. I cannot particularly say that it reassures me either.
What ails you, darling? Is it your curse? You can talk to us about it. Tell us what it is.
Cinderella. Oh, goodness. Cinderella. That explains the nature of your curse. Only it's been reversed, hasn't it?
Riches to rags.
That's one way of putting it. Karma, you're not helping. You really are better off ignoring him, Princess. He mostly speaks nonsense.
He? Princess?
Parfait's voice takes me by surprise. I hadn't even noticed her entering the room again.
May I speak with you? I'd like you to meet someone, though I'm sure you already know him quite well.
Hey, it's Rod! Look at
that! So you really are cursed.
I was the one that gave Sebi to Rod so that he still had some way to voice his opinions.
Sebi?
Short for Sebastian. Cute, isn't it?
It's nice to meet you, Princess. Sebi's voice changes when it greets me. The tone it uses is lower whenever it speaks for Rod. Perhaps that's what Rod's voice actually sounds like then? Oh, I see. Sebi, when it's Sebi talking, I'll do the plushy rabbit voice. But when he's talking as Rod, I'll just do a dude's voice. Okay. Wait, if he remembers me, does that mean the mermaid's curse? What? That's my curse. Rod's been mute all this time because he's cursed? Does everyone else know? Obviously, they're my family. Even the king? He knows as well. So am I the only one you never told? I didn't think you'd particularly care either way. He's not wrong. Yet I cannot believe I did not know. I was left out once again. Oh, boo-hoo to you. Boo-hoo to freaking YOU. What are you doing here?
I've been trying to help Rod with his curse. That's why he comes to the March-In from time to time.
But I don't even want... Anyway, I came here today to confirm that you were truly cursed. I wanted to see it with my own eyes. It was a big surprise when I woke up one day and you weren't in the palace. An even bigger surprise when I found out no one remembered you. It's been days since I was cursed. I wonder... How are things in the palace? Livelier, happier. Ah, shit, things are better without you.
Happier?
I've never seen my family happier than they are now. I'd say it's a good thing you aren't a princess anymore. To be perfectly fucking honest, I hate you.
I'd always thought Rod didn't really care about me regardless, but this is the truth?
Yeah. Tell me how you really feel, why don't you? So I have to be cursed for you to open up about how you truly feel? The only reason I didn't say anything earlier was because Emmeline didn't want me to. I'm happier too now that you're gone. I don't have to pretend to like you anymore. I'm going to return to the palace now.
Later, bitch.
I'm gone and they're all happier.
Your very existence has been erased in the palace. They've never known you. That doesn't mean they're happy without you. It just means that without you, they're happy.
Even the king. What did I expect? Why did you bring me here? The people in the Marchen, they...
I shouldn't have left you alone in there, I'm sorry.
You knew how they felt about me. What have I ever done to them?
Now isn't the right time to explain.
When will it ever be the right time?
So many things have already happened to you. I need you to be patient, lady.
Has the prince already left?
Yes, he has. Princess, we'll talk about this later. For now, you must focus on breaking your curse.
Did I miss something?
No.
Right. Maybe the fairy is right. I don't think I'm ready to find out how I made so many people hate me. Well, Parfait, I think it's time to get down to business. What should we do with her?
What are you talking about now?
You, of course. You've got nowhere to go, right?
She's right. I think back to the days I spent on the streets and shiver. I'll do anything so long as I don't have to go back out there. The princess can stay at the Marchen with me and the rest of my boarders.
I'd almost forgotten what hope felt like. Yeah, especially since you spent so much time robbing it from others. Oh! High five to myself! Self five.
But you'll have to work in exchange for a room.
I celebrated too soon. I'm lazy as fuck.
What?
Magic has its limitations, just like anything else. Money doesn't appear out of thin air, not even for a fairy. The Marchen doesn't attract many customers since only the cursed and few others can enter. I sell my potions here and there, but I have several hungry mouths to feed and my funds are tight. I thought fairies lived in luxury.
Parfait, are you broke?
You broke, bro? Are you broke, bruv? How do I make myself laugh with dumb things? Ouch! Even the Ice Princess can tell.
And yet you still take people in?
That's always been how Parfait operates. She's good-natured to a fault. I'm told suffocating beneath my debt will be what kills me. Why don't you just leave? I assume you make enough to take care of yourself.
Leave someone who's in need of help? I could never.
And that, princess, is how goodness works. Learn it. Get good.
How goodness works? It's not as if I accept freeloaders. All my boarders help me run the Marchen and do errands.
The princess has never worked a day in her life. I doubt she'll be useful. If karma can be useful, anyone can. Oh, indirect burn of someone not even in the room. I've yet to see karma be anything but useless.
Princess, you're more than welcome to stay here if you're willing to help out.
It's the least you can do in exchange for a roof over your head and 3 meals a day. Damn, 3 meals? I ain't even getting that. I'm feeding myself twice. Oh, and shoes. Do I even have a choice? Well, it's a visual novel, so maybe. I miss and turn in bed, unable to fall asleep. The mattress is hard, and the sheets are itchy. Nothing at all like the bed I had in the palace. What I would give for my old bed again, for any of the comforts of home. You keep saying what I would give. Oh, I would give anything. I would give anything. But when tasked with somebody saying, yeah, well, all you need to give is of yourself. for 5 seconds to do 3 good deeds, to do 3 things that are not about you, then she's all like, well, wait a minute now. Back to the negotiating table. I miss my dolls. Lady Parfait! Lady Parfait! I sit up immediately. What is going on? I leave my room to investigate. Some of the other marching boarders, Walt, Jurian, and Garland, are sitting on the settee, looking anxious. Are they settee sitting? What's happening? Sorry, did we wake you? No, but the noises Garland was making would have woken the dead. Jurian and I found an injured man while we were doing our rounds. We brought him here. An injured man? Oh, wait, what were you doing outside? It's almost 1 a.m. Nothing you need to worry about. That sounded awfully suspicious. Lady Parfait and Anise are tending to the man now. These people, will they just help anyone they find on the streets? What if this man is dangerous? Do you think the witches got to him? It's possible. We'll have to find out when he wakes up. And so will we, because I'm going to end this here, since I want to keep these episodes under an hour until we get to things where it's like really heating up and there's a lot happening, which right now there's not. You know, it's a lot of talking, a lot of reading, which is to be expected from a visual novel because that's what it is. You know, the word novel's not in the title for no reason, but I like where this is going. Okay, so we know about the curse. We understand, you know, why she has it, what she has to do to break it. I like this little setting of like the marching in. I don't really like the name. And, you know, just to go back to that, like I've been pronouncing her name Brighton instead of Britain, even though there are 2 T's, because Britain doesn't sound right to me when I say it. So that's why I'm doing that. It's not because I can't read. But in the same way, marching, I don't know. It sounds weird. It sounds like it should be marching, and that there's something missing. So I don't know if I'm a fan of the name of that, but I am a fan of the concept. I like the idea that everyone who is cursed and all their allies are, you know, just kind of in one little place and they're all going to work together. And I guess this is going to be the hub where I'm going to decide who my love interest is going to be. Because again, there is going to be a love interest, like in many of these visual novels. And I just don't know, like, where it's going to branch off. So I don't know. What I'm going to do is, like, once I get to a certain point, maybe I will do like multiple saves so that I can go back and play from that point on and see if I can make different decisions that might lead me down different routes. Because I think there's something like 5 routes, maybe. Don't quote me on that, though. I don't really remember. And one of them is the true route. So I don't know how this game goes. And I kind of like that. I like that it doesn't just giving me a bunch of people and saying, hey, who do you want to go with? And then I know whoever I pick is going to be the love interest. That's kind of nice because then I feel like the story weaves in and out a little bit better. But at the same time, I don't want to go down a route inadvertently that I don't actually want because I have no guidance as to which love interest I'm choosing to go towards. I don't know, but I like this. I like where the story's going, and I'm interested in seeing who this man is that they brought into the tavern, as well as meeting more of these people and finally starting my journey towards breaking the curse. Now, the one thing I will say is kind of a prediction, and it's something I've been thinking about for a while, since I guess like I don't know, I thought that it was just common knowledge that Lucette's mother was a witch. I was thinking that her mother was the Tenenbaum bearer, that she was the most powerful witch. I hope that's not the case, and like I'm spoiling this for anyone who didn't think of that. But the reason I thought that was because it's awfully suspicious that she disappeared or something, or died, or had an accident, in quotes, during the Great War, when also that's when the most powerful witch was defeated. Because that would explain why everybody just sort of hates this girl, even though she hasn't really left the palace. Like, yes, she's a jerk. So, you know, it could just be that stories are traveling from the people who work there and they're just telling all the townspeople how evil she is. But it could also be that they hate her because of her mother. Because her mother was the one who set all this in motion, and they know that, but she doesn't know that. So I don't know. So I will see you for the next episode. Thank you so much if you're actually sitting here listening to me read this. And I will next time try to be a little bit more consistent with my voices. It's just that I was recording this for so long that once I hit
a certain point in visual novels, I start getting frustrated with how long I've been reading, but I don't want to stop reading. So I just start speeding through it, and then the voices get all messed up, and then I get annoyed and whatever. So I'm going to try my best, my very, very best, to not be lazy next time.